Good morning, everyone. Welcome to class. Today, I want to share some teachings from Thich Nhat Hanh. He is a Vietnamese monk, a peace activist, and he has a meditation center called Plum Village in France. So first, let's get centered. Take a moment to sit comfortably with feet grounded, weight balanced on the left and right sides of your body. Take your place between earth and sky. And please listen into the sound of a bell to remind us to come to this moment right now. So please continue to sit comfortably while I just talk for a few minutes on cultivating joy. So Thich Nhat Hanh says, to generate a happy feeling, a skillful practitioner is supposed to be able to bring in that feeling whenever that skillful practitioner wishes to. With breath awareness, he says, we can discover many conditions of joy that are already here. The Buddha said clearly that if you go home to the here and now, you recognize that the conditions for your happiness are plenty. In fact, we are very lucky that we have many conditions to be happy. So often we think we have to go to the future in order to find some happiness. But if we are in the present moment, we can recognize this. So he suggested that you take a piece of paper. You don't have to do that now, but we can just talk about it. Imagine taking a piece of paper and making a list of all your conditions of happiness that currently exist right now in this moment. He said one page wouldn't be enough. Second page wouldn't be enough. Third page wouldn't be enough. And I started doing that this morning, you know, and he helps to inspire. He'll say, like, think about your eyes. If your eyes are working, think about the wonderful colors and forms that you get to look at in this moment and all day long. Or think about your ears and think about, wow, you get to listen to the sound of a voice of a loved one. You get to listen to music. You get to listen to the sound of the bell. Think about your heart, that it pumps all day long. It keeps the wonder of this body working, the miracle of this body working all day long. So these are the examples that he gives that we can think about and recognize as reasons for joy, reasons for happiness in this very moment. And then he goes through these teachings. There are 16 teachings on mindfulness of breath, but I'm just going to kind of talk about 7 of them, maybe 8 of them, 7 of them, just briefly, just to touch on it, then we'll get moving. So he says that mindfulness is the source of happiness. So let's think about that. So first, he says, to be aware of the in-breath. That's how we begin. To be aware that you are breathing in and to be aware that you're breathing out. Very simple. But just with that awareness, you can transform the moment. So just that knowing that the mind really can only have one object at a time, as you breathe in and you're doing that with awareness, you're letting go of concerns. You're letting go of suffering. In that moment of breathing in and breathing out, you give your mind a job to do and it can only focus on one object at a time. Then that really does set you free. And then the second thing he talks about is following that breath from beginning to end. So he uses an example like this, for example. He'll say, if your breath we're going to start here at this end. With concentration, you follow uninterrupted breathing all the way to the end of the in-breath. And with uninterrupted concentration, you follow the exhale all the way out to the end of the exhale. So you're cultivating concentration in that step 2 of practice, which is an important element. The third step that he talks about is being aware of your body. He says that when the body and the mind are together, this is another step toward cultivating joy, right? There's no pull of, body in one place, mind in another. You are embodied, and so you are living more fully in the present moment. The fourth step he talks about is calming the body. So you might say to yourself, breathing in, I calm the body. And on the exhale, you release tension. So we practice, we teach ourselves how to calm ourselves and how to release tension that accumulates every day. So you say, I breathe in, I calm myself. Breathing out, I release tension. Then the fifth step, and again, I'm giving you the overview. We'll do a specific practice later. But the fifth practice is to generate a feeling of joy. So we're going into the realm of feeling. Generate a feeling of joy. He says that if you are a skillful practitioner, you know how to do this. You do these steps. And that this cultivating joy is really an art. So as I said before, we recognize what is already present in this moment, reasons to be joyful. The seventh one is happiness, generating happiness. So they're kind of combined, kind of together. Now he does talk about in the next step, being aware of painful emotions that arise. So I don't want you to think we push that away. When we're mindful, when we get calm and we release tension, sometimes pain arises, whether it be emotional pain or physical pain. And what he says with that, as a skillful practitioner, we learn, like a mother holding a baby, we learn to embrace that, to hold that pain, that suffering with mindfulness. And in that way, we learn to make space for it, to hold it, to embrace it tenderly, like really invoking the energy of a loving mother. And so with this mindfulness, you can transform the suffering into something more positive. And he uses the example of like the mud where the lotus flower grows, right? The roots are in the mud, but then comes this beautiful, beautiful flower from that mud. So I'll stop there in terms of talking and giving the overview, but I think these are very interesting steps, and I hope they will help you come more and more into the present moment and finding a way to cultivate joy no matter what's going on around you. So let's go to the mat now. Let me change my glasses. Here we go. There. Okay. I'd like to start today using a strap. Let's open up the shoulders a little bit. So take your feet a comfortable distance apart, maybe outer hip width. Open your strap up, rooting through your feet. Take a breath and inhale, lift the arms, lift the strap up over your head. Exhale, take the strap a little bit behind you. Inhale, lift up again, exhale, take it down in front. I'm just gonna move back a tiny bit. Inhale, lift up. You're pulling the strap taut, you exhale, take it back to the degree that feels comfortable. And then release, good. So inhale, right? Know that you're breathing in. Exhale, know that you're breathing out. Inhale, you're aware of your breath. Breathing out. You're aware of the breath. Now let's follow it from beginning to end. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Good. Inhale, inhale, inhale. And exhale, exhale, exhale. So breath and movement, very helpful. Inhale, feel the stretch in the upper corners of your chest. Exhale. This is the full range of motion. If that doesn't feel appropriate today, you don't have to go that far. Nice, good. Now take the strap armpit to armpit width, please, holding it nice and taut. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, take it behind your neck, but not on your neck. Now press your elbows back behind your shoulders. Can you feel the upper back muscles engaging? Good. Then inhale, come up. Exhale, release. This time as we do it, notice where the breath goes in your body. Breathe, you're here, you're armpit to armpit width. You're inhaling. Where do you feel the breath? Exhaling, where do you feel the breath leaving from? Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale. Actively pulling the strap nice and taut. Exhale. The strap goes behind your neck, but not on your neck. Inhale. Exhale. Really good. Now, take the wider length once again. Inhale, lift up, exhale, side lean. Then inhale, come up. Exhale, side lean. Inhale, come up to center. Let's repeat that. Exhale, open up the intercostal muscles. Inhale, come up. Exhale, side lean. Inhale, come up. And then exhale, release. Good. Nice. Breath and movement continuing. I'll show you from the side. We're going to do moving powerful chair. Bring your feet outer hip width apart. Hands are by your hips. Please inhale, lift your arms, follow that breath all the way up. And then exhale, exhale, exhale. Follow the breath all the way out as you sit like you're sitting in a chair. Inhale, come up to standing. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Touch the sky. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Just lower the arms. Good. Inhale, reaching up tall. Exhale, sitting down, strengthening the legs, the quads. Inhale, rooting through the feet, rise up to standing. Exhale and release. One more if you can do it. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale, exhale. And inhale all the way up. And exhale, coming down with the hands. This time we'll add a hold of the pose, but not of the breath. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sit like you're sitting in a chair. Please make sure your knees are parallel. Holding the pose, breathe in. Holding the pose, breathe out. Then inhale, rise up, opening the fingers. Exhale, release the arms. So good. Take your feet a little bit wider, and you'll notice now exactly what Thich Nhat Hanh taught, that when we concentrate on the breath, everything else falls away. We come to this moment right now. We're on our yoga mats. We're practicing together. Everything else falls away. This leads to freedom. So rooting through the feet. Inhale, lift your arms. As you exhale, twist to one side, bend the front elbow, the front fingers touch the back shoulder. Inhale, open the arms out, shoulder level. Exhale, release the arms back down to your hips. In, you're lifting the arms shoulder height. X, you're twisting to the other side. Front elbow bends, front fingers touch back shoulder. Inhale, open the arms out like an airplane. Exhale and release. Good. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale and twist. Inhale, you're following the breath all the way in. And exhale, you're following the breath all the way out. Inhale, the breath initiates the movement. Exhale, you're twisting to the other side. Inhale, open out. Yes. Exhale and release. That feels so good. Let's do it one more time. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale, release the arms. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, twist. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale and release. Really good. Now, bring your feet together. I'll show you from the side. We're going to do standing cat-cow. So bend your knees. Please hold them on your thighs right above your knees. Now, when the exhale comes, really round your spine. Really press the navel towards spine. Scoop out the belly, chin to chest. Can you feel the stretch of the back body? Then inhale, arch your backs and your sit bones to stick out behind you. And look forward as you breathe in. Exhale, round. Really take your time with it. Even let's hold that shape a little bit. Just hold it and breathe here to your natural way of breathing, but hold the shape. Feel that. And then inhale. When the inhale comes, arch. Stay there a moment. Press your elbows toward ribs. You're wide across the top chest. You're looking straight forward. Your sit bones are moving back and apart. When the exhale comes, let's move through now. Exhale, round. Inhale, release and look forward. Exhale, round. Inhale, release and look forward. Keep going. I'm going to take my sweatshirt off so you can really maybe see the spine a little bit more accurately. So when the exhale comes, I really round and I scoop out the belly. Tailbone draws down, chin to chest. And when I inhale, I arch, you see, and the shoulders move up and back, shoulder blades toward each other. And my sternum is reaching forward. And it feels so good. This is waking up the energy of your spine. The spine in Sanskrit is called Sushumna Nadi. Sushumna Nadi. It means the divine cord of your being. Now go a little faster. Kind of playing with the movement and the breath. Next time you're inhaling and arching, stay there, hands on hips, press elbows together, and come on up to standing. Ooh, yeah, really good. I'm already starting to get warm. I hope you are too. All right, now, please interlace your hands, press them in front. Actually, I'll show you from the side. As you breathe in, float your shoulders up toward your ears a little bit so you get long in the side body. Yeah, and then keeping that length in the sides of your torso. As you inhale, retract the upper arm bones back into your shoulder socket and then lift the arms up. Good, good, good. I'm going to turn to face you. You can stay as you are. Stretch up tall. When the next exhale comes, side lean. Look up under your top bicep. Stretch your arms as straight as you can. Firm the legs. Feels like your quads are engaged and like you're lifting your kneecaps up. And then come back to center and go to the other side. Stretch the arms. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep following the breath all the way in, all the way out. And on the inhale, rise up again. Bend your elbows, release the hands. So good. Roll the shoulders up and back and down. And back and up and down. Really good. Now, if you're using a chair, take your chair and have the high back facing you. You'll have 4 feet of the chair safely on the mat. Let's do a moving warrior 1. Please take the right leg back, about 36 inches. Turn the right toes out about 30 degrees. Holding on or not holding on, your option. You're going to root the inner edge of your front foot and bend the front knee and then straighten it. Bend the front knee and straighten it. Good. All right, now we're going to start with straight legs. So inhale, lift your arms. And as you exhale, bend the front knee and reach as you bow the torso forward. Then inhale, draw your elbows back, open the chest. Exhale and release. Good. Inhale, 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 lifting the arms. Bending the front knee. Bow the torso forward. Reach the hands forward. Inhale, draw your elbows back. Shoulder blades move in towards spine. And then exhale, straighten that front leg, lower the hands. Good. Inhale, your breath initiates the movement, big stretch. Exhale, bend the front knee and reach the arms. Inhale, draw your elbows back. Exhale and release the hands to the sides of your hips. One more or rest, you pick. Inhale, rooting through the feet as you lift the arms. Exhale, bend the front knee and reach. Inhale, draw your elbows back. Exhale, release. Good, good. Holding onto your chair, step forward, switch your legs. So the front foot, the toes are pointing straight forward. The back foot, the toes are pointing out a little bit. All right, from here, let's just test the waters. Bend the front knee. See how that feels. Exhale. Bend the front knee. Exhale. Good. Staying rooted in both feet. Let's go. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, bend the front knee and reach. Inhale, draw your elbows back. Exhale. So we're breathing. Inhale. We're following the full length of your breath, both in and out. Bend the front knee and reach. Inhale, draw the elbows back. Exhale and release. And we're feeling the body. Where do you feel the breath in your body? Inhale, lift the arms. As you exhale, bend the front knee and reach. Inhale, draw your elbows back. Exhale and release. And then comes a little joy, right? The joy of movement, moving and breathing, that we're able to do this. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, bend the front knee and reach. Inhale, draw your elbows back, open the chest. Exhale and release. And then hold on and step forward and march in place. You know, I think about that like, yes, wow, how lucky are we that we are able to have the time to do some yoga together, that we have the props, that we have a warm space to practice. So these elements of joy that are really right here in the present moment, we can recognize these details. All right, let's work the feet a little bit more in the ankles. You can hold on or not for more challenge. Bend your knees, come onto your tiptoes, raise the heels. Please straighten the legs, heels are still lifted. Bend the knees, heels are still lifted. Roll down through the whole foot, knees are bent, and just bounce a little bit. Feel that nice stretch on the calves at the backs of your legs and also the shins. Yes, and straighten the legs. Let's repeat that. So inhale, come onto your tiptoes. Exhale, bend the knees, heels are lifted. Inhale, straighten the legs once again, heels are still lifted. Exhale, lower the whole foot down, bend the knees, and just bounce a moment just to feel that. Now, did you hold your breath while you were concentrating on that? Let's try one more time and make sure the breath is flowing. Don't hold the breath. I appreciate that you were concentrating, but don't hold the breath, okay? So inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, bend the knees once again. Inhale, lower the foot down. Exhale, just stay there and bounce a little bit. Good, and release. Nice. All right. Let's go right into tree pose. So put all your weight, I'll do opposite of you, put all your weight on your left foot. The other knee opens out. The other foot is on the ball of the foot, and the heel is resting on the inner right ankle. So that's the first position of your feet. You could try a more challenging position, foot on inner calf, or foot all the way up on inner thigh. If it wants to be held with your free hand, and do that. If it stays by itself, you can try. Thigh pressing into sole of foot. Ooh, yeah. Let's see how this goes. One hand in the heart. If that feels too hard though, you know, go down to the earlier variation or the most grounded variation. Hands in front of heart or elbows up, palms up. Separate the palms. Root to rise. So what do I mean by that? I mean, send the energy down the legs into your feet so you feel more solid in the earth. At the same time, that's going to give you some lift in the upper body. Yeah, good. Soften what you can. Soften the eyes, soften the jaw, shoulders. Really good. Gently breathe. So this is tree pose. Sense your breath. And when you're in a balanced pose, sometimes, again, we can concentrate pretty hard standing on one foot. It's more challenging. But can you still stay mindful of the breath? Even though you're in a challenge, let the breath help you. Follow the breath. From the inhalation all the way to the exhalation all the way. And maybe let a hint of a smile come to your lips. and then gently release. Really good. Let's switch. Let's go to the other side. Rooting through your feet. Connect with your breath. Decide which variation you want to try. Ball of foot on floor, most stable. Inner calf or inner thigh. And it's okay to try a variation and then decide, oh, I'm going to go to choice B or choice A instead of choice C. That's fine. Lift elbows, lift palms, separate your hands. Again, root downwards to sense that rebound effect in your spine. It's lifting up now. What can also help is a drishti point. That's a gaze point for your eyes. So maybe across the wall in front of you or down on the floor in front of you. Pick a point to gaze at with a soft gaze. And gently breathe. With every inhale, strengthen your concentration powers. With every exhale, see if you can find a sense of release. Letting go. Thich Nhat Hanh says, sometimes the path to happiness is about letting things go. Not more accumulation, but about letting things go. That can bring a sense of freedom and lightness and happiness. Sometimes it's even an idea that you might be stuck on. He suggests that you reevaluate that and really bring some mindfulness to that. And that sometimes in the letting go of that idea that you were holding on to so strongly, that can bring you happiness and peace sometimes. Good, release your pose. Excellent. All right, let's go into a half dog and a quarter dog and then a full dog. So half dog is using the chair. You come into an L shape. You bend your knees. Toes pointing forward, knees pointing forward. Stretch your spine. Lift your upper arms, your armpits, your upper chest. Hips back, thighs back. Backs of ears in line roughly with backs of upper arms. Gently breathe. Bend one knee, lean into the straight leg hip. Please bend the other knee, lean into that straight leg hip. Alternate that. I was just thinking about that idea of accumulation and letting go, right? Like the more stuff we have, the more we have to take care of, the more we have to clean, the more we have to maintain. So yeah, it's an interesting thought to think about. What can I let go of to live a simpler life with more ease and more joy? Bend your knees, lift your head, walk forward. Excellent. Right away, let's turn the chair around. 4 feet of chair safely on your mat. Hold on to the corners. Step back, come into an upside down V shape. Now you're in quarter dog. Go ahead and bend your knees. Use your own eyes. Make sure your toes are pointing forward. Your knees are parallel. Lift your upper arm bones. Lift your chest a little bit. Melt between the shoulder blades. Now stretch everything. Stretch arms, spine, backs of legs. Stretch and breathe. Cultivate that concentration, that ability to follow your breath from the beginning to the middle to the end. And then again, the out breath. Notice the beginning, the middle, the end. So your breath over time becomes full, more full, you'll notice. Keeping your feet where they are, plank pose. Thighs lift, hips lift, back of head lifts. And return to downward facing, quarter dog. And let's try it again. Inhale forward. Feel the strength in your arms, your shoulders, your core. And again, if you can do it, always feel free to take a rest though, if you need to rest. That's fine. Downward facing dog. Now, you can take a rest, or you can repeat down dog with hands on chair, or you can try taking your hands to the floor. Let's give it a go. Place your hands mindfully on the floor, fingers wide, index fingers parallel. The center of the wrist is in line with the outer upper arms. Bend your knees, raise your sit bones high. Your hands are pressing down and forward, and your feet are pressing down and back. And now you're in a full downward facing dog. Nod your head yes. Nod your head no. As you breathe in, notice the breath. Where is it going? Where do you feel it in your body? As you breathe out, notice where you feel that out breath. Really good. When you're ready to release it, please walk forward. You can bend your knees, walk forward, or you can walk your hands back to your feet, whatever feels better. Bend your knees, hands on hips, everybody. Come up halfway, halfway. Elbows are hugging toward ribs. Now, take your arms forward like this. Arms are parallel to the floor, so this is a good quad strength builder. Stay here and breathe. When you're ready, press into your feet, come up to standing, touch the ceiling. Exhale the hands to the sides of your hips. Molto bene. Okay, let's do a couple of standing poses. You could take your chair if you'd like to use a chair. It's not mandatory, it's just optional. The back 2 feet of your chair are on the long edge of the mat. And if you're not using a chair and you prefer blocks, you could line up your blocks like so. All right, holding onto your chair or not, take a wide stance. So every time you come onto the mat, I invite you to very gently, without judgment, just observe, what does your body need today? Does it need the support of the chair or not? Or you can try with, you can try without, you can experiment. Always feel free to be experimental in your practice, very, very non-judgmental. So start with wide feet, toes pointing forward. Please open your right toes. I'll do opposite of you, 90 degrees. Go ahead and widen the back heel out a little bit so the toes are turned more in. Bend the front knee. And straighten. And then inhale, bend the front knee. And straighten. Let's add the front arm. Inhale, lift that front arm as you bend the front knee. And straighten. Look at the front knee. Make sure it's moving more toward the pinky toe side of the foot, not the big toe side of the foot. All right, let's add the back arm as well if you feel ready for that. A warrior 2. Stay here and breathe. Put a little more energy into your backhand, trying to bring your spine more perpendicular to the floor. The gaze is over the middle fingers of your front hand, feeling the power in your feet and legs as you press downward and apart. Press the feet downward and apart. Connect to your breath, please. Breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know I am breathing out. Follow the breath from the beginning to the middle to the end. Follow the out breath from the beginning to the middle to the end. Really good. And press into your feet, straighten the front leg, parallel your feet and walk in. Can you feel how that breath awareness does develop your concentration powers, right? It pulls you into this moment. And as practitioners, the more we practice, the more skilled we become at that. So Thich Nhat Hanh says, finding joy, cultivating joy, we start with that awareness of the breath. It's a simple practice, but very powerful. Please take a wide stance. Let's go to the other side. Inhale, bend the front knee. Exhale, straighten. And you can do it anywhere. That's the great thing about it. Inhale, bend the front knee. Exhale, straighten. You can practice mindful breathing anywhere. So inhale, lift your front arm, bend the front knee. Exhale, straighten. So when you're doing dishes, practice. Inhale, bend the front knee. Exhale, straighten. When you're mopping the floor, practice. Inhale, lift both arms. Really good. Pull some energy into your back arm a little bit. Yes. Gaze over the middle fingers of your front hand. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I release tension. Right? Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I release tension. Can you feel the joy and the power of this shape, of your body being able to hold this shape? And release. Press down into the feet. Parallel the feet, walk in. Right? Just the fact that we're able to move in this way is so wonderful. Like really the wonder of the body, and anytime you're ill, you have an illness or you have some pain, then you realize the opposite. You realize, that limitation. And then when that limitation goes away, you have a renewed appreciation, or you can have a renewed appreciation for just being able to stand freely or to sit freely, to move freely. All right, so take your feet wide again. Open your right toes. Let's go into extended side angle, modified. Please bend the front knee. Front forearm onto front thigh. Lengthen in your spine. Revolve the torso open. The underneath belly sweeps to the top. Belly, yep, good. You could stay here holding on. That's position A. You could go a little more challenging. Top palm facing the ceiling. Swing that arm behind you a little bit. And then swing it forward and over the head like this. So this is a modified extended side angle. If you want to go deeper into the pose, that bottom hand can hold on to the block. The block is on the outer ankle, and you're going a little bit deeper here. And those that want max challenge, that bottom hand will go to the floor. I'm going to stay with this version A. You pick your version. What's good for you today? Feet are pressing down and apart. Can you feel that delicious twist in the upper body? And find the breath here. Just follow that in breath. And follow the out breath. Once again. When you're ready to come out, press down onto the chair, onto your front thigh bone, into your feet. Very good. And let's go right away to the other side. So just turn the feet around. So notice I rerouted to come up. That is a great way to be safe as you transition. You reroute into the foundation, any weight-bearing part of the pose. All right, let's go for the other side. Bend the front knee. Front forearm onto front thigh. Palm is up on that bottom hand. Please lengthen in your spine. Revolve the torso open. You can stay here, holding on, either hand on chair or hand on hip. Or version B, top palm to the ceiling. Swing that arm behind you slightly. Swing it forward over your head. Yeah. Oh, this feels good. I hope it feels good to you. Feet are pressing down and apart. Lengthen everything. Feel your breath. Those that want more challenge, remember this bottom hand will go to the block, which is to the outside of your ankle, or to the floor. Good, and stretch. Find the breath. Yes, breathing in, I feel calm. Breathing out, I feel ease. Just do the best you can in the moment. Really good. When you're ready to release, look down to your front foot, press down on your front thigh, reroute to rise up. Parallel the feet and walk in. kind of march in place. Let go of any tension that you may have felt or any stretching that needs to kind of rework itself. You see me wiggling my hips to, to kind of just release anything that got accumulated in the holding of the pose and the doing of the pose. Very good. Now, I'd like to do triangle pose with you, straight leg pose. Let's leave the chair where it is and take a wide stance. Open your front toes 90 degrees. Start by bending the front knee and aligning the kneecap. And then now your front hand can either stay on your thigh or go as you straighten the leg. It can go to the shin below the knee. It can go to a block on the outside of your calf. It can go to your own ankle or to the floor. So see what works for you today. Lengthening your spine, revolve the torso. Lean back slightly. If you feel stable, lift the top arm up to the ceiling. Good. You'll be feeling a stretch at the back inner edge of your front thigh, most likely. Good. If your balance feels a little off today, just look down to the floor. Instead of looking up, look down. Keep the bottom front of shoulder open. Breathe here. Cultivate that practice of mindful breathing, no matter what you're doing, no matter what shape you're in, what asana you're doing, what posture. You're breathing in, you're breathing out. To release the pose, you can hold on to the chair, bend the front knee, and lift the torso. Parallel the feet right away. We're going to go to the other side. Inhale here, and as you exhale, bend the front knee slightly so you're aligning it. You're looking with your own eyes. Center of kneecap over base of second and third toe. You start coming into your triangle as you straighten both legs. I feel the stretch right here. It's probably where you're going to feel it. Hand can be on thigh bone above knee or shin bone below knee or block any height that feels comfortable for you. Sometimes your body gives you a cue like, oh, I need to widen my stance a little bit. So you saw me just scoot my front foot a little more forward. The wider your feet are, the easier it is to bring this front hand closer to the floor. So lengthening your spine, revolve the torso open. Again, you decide where is appropriate for you today. You revolve the torso open. If you feel steady enough, you take the top arm up. Good. And if you need to look with your eyes down to your front foot, that's fine as well. So this is my bionic hip. So I am exploring triangle in this shape, in this moment. Breathe. Yes, very, very good. When you're ready to come out of the pose, reroot, bend the front knee, press down to come up, parallel the feet, and toe heel, toe heel, toe heel. Walk in together. Really good. Yes. Now I would like you to come sit for a moment on your chair. Please sit to the middle, kind of front edge really of the chair. Bring your knees in line with your front pelvic bones or sit bones. Let's do what I call shins in, thighs out. So this is nice for your hips. You're going to use your hands and arms to press just to the outside of your shins, just below the knees. You're going to press inward. So this is adduction. And against that pressure, you're going to widen inner knees, inner thighs, all the way up to your sit bones. Do not hold your breath. Let the breath continue. So your lower legs are moving toward each other. Your upper legs are widening out. This is going to help create a feeling of more spaciousness in your hip joints. Broaden the bottom of your pelvis. Breathe. Yeah. Oh, yeah, really good. Let's do a seated twist. If you're not using a chair, just do your favorite twist on the floor. If you are using a chair, take one hand to the sidebar, the other hand to the outside of the knee. Inhale, lengthen in your spine. Exhale, twist from the bottom of your spine, from the lower lumbar, then the middle back, then the upper back, finally neck and head. You really take your time with that twist. Once again, breathing in, I am aware that I am breathing in. Breathing out, I am aware that I am breathing out. And as I breathe in, I follow the breath all the way from beginning to middle to end. And as I breathe out, I follow the breath all the way from beginning to middle to end. And then to come back, inhale and exhale. Release the hands back to your lap. Other side. All right. Inhale, lengthen in your spine. Very gently, very slowly twist, starting from the lower lumbar area, then the middle back, upper back, neck and head. Breathing in, I calm myself. Breathing out, I release tension, anger, sadness, whatever arises for you in the moment. As you focus on your breath and you follow the breath and you bring that awareness into the body, these are the tools that we as practitioners practice again and again. This is how we become more skillful. When you're ready to release, please inhale and come back to center. Oh, felt so delicious. Let's do a seated forward fold. I'll take you into the standing version of it as well. I'm just going to move my chair back a little bit so my feet end up on the mat. You can take a block. I'll just show you a few different variations. Open your knees, open your toes so they're on a diagonal. Lean forward a little bit with your torso. So it's in one piece. I'm bowing forward a little bit. Hands are on knees. If you don't want to take your head below your heart in this moment, just stay here. Little bowing forward. Can you feel that? To go deeper, hands are on a block. You release the neck and head. Feel the stretch in the back body. To go even deeper still, you can lift your hips up, more parallel the feet here, and come into a standing forward fold with either hands on block or fingertips on floor. Yeah, good. And you straighten your legs to the degree that you can without pain. A little stretching is good. You can also inhale, bend the knees, give yourself a break. Exhale, straighten the legs, bringing your lower ribs closer to your thighs. Any version that suits you, please stay with that version today. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, straighten, release the neck, release the shoulders. Feel the joy in that releasing. Yeah, oh, so good. Let go of tension. Inhale and exhale, let go, let go, let go. When you're ready to sit, make sure the chair is where you left it. Come sit down, slowly come up. Yeah, you slowly come up so your head, all the blood rush into your brain, like it kind of settles a little more. Great, all right. Let's do eagle pose, and then we'll go to the floor and just do a couple of poses on the floor. So if you want to do it sitting, stay sitting. Right arm forward, left arm underneath. If you want to do it standing, come back up to standing. Right arm forward, left arm underneath. Do some circles. Yeah, good. Then bend the knees. Let me move this block so you can see my feet better. Bend the knees. Put all the weight on the right foot. You're gonna lift the left leg up and over. Press ball of foot on floor, sit. Yeah, like you're sitting in a chair. Or if you're still in the chair, that's fine as well. Gently breathe in and gently breathe out. So it's so wonderful to really learn and practice that we don't have to go into some unknown future moment to experience joy, that we can experience it right here, right now. If we are mindful, we bring the energy of mindfulness to this moment. We come back again and again to this moment so we can recognize what joy and happiness is already present. Press into your feet and rise up and release. Yeah, good. Left arm forward, right arm underneath. Bend your knees, bow forward. Right leg gets light, lift up and over. Place ball of foot on the floor. You got it. Yeah. Gently breathe. I always think about, like, in the balance poses, if we were a group of kids, children, just doing this, we'd be laughing. We'd be like, look at me, look what I can do. Or I can hold it. Or I'm falling out of it and laughing. And you're breathing. How's your breathing? Good, good. When you're ready to come out of it, press down and come up. Woo. All right, now please come to lay down on your belly. You can use the chair for the transition to the floor if you'd like to, or if the floor is cold, go ahead and put a layer of blanket down. All right, so from here, come onto the floor. Come to lay down on your belly. Forehead to floor. Might help to remove your glasses if you have them. So please bring your feet outer hip width apart today. Palms are going to face the ceiling. When you're ready, inhale and press the tops of your feet down, your tailbone down. Your navel will lift, the back of your head lifts, the sides of your throat lifts, the shoulders move forward toward your ears and up toward the ceiling. Point your kneecaps down toward the floor. Now almost lift your legs, but don't lift them. And almost lift your arms, but don't lift them. And then release the head back down to the floor. You can wiggle your hips a little bit. Let's do that again. Toes press, tailbone presses, navel lifts. Inhale, lift head, back of skull, sides of throat, shoulders move up to ears and up toward ceiling. Now, point your kneecaps down toward the floor. From the tops of your thighs, actually lift your thighs. From the tops of your shoulders, actually lift your arms and hands. Locust pose. Breathe. Strengthening all the paraspinal muscles, all the muscles along your spine. Glutes are engaged as well. And release, make a forearm pillow. Please turn your head to one side and breathe. Turn your head to the other side and breathe. Really good, really good. Now, come onto your back. Just kind of scoot around so that you are Preparing for a bridge pose. So your knees are bent. Your feet are going to come up toward your hips. Elbows are bent, fingers pointing toward the ceiling. So first just enjoy the laying down. It always feels really good when you stretch your spine out on the floor. And when you're ready, press feet, elbows back of head, and lift hips. Thighs parallel, knees parallel. Shrug your shoulders up toward your ears. That's good for your neck. And you feel the stretch at the fronts of your hips. If you do a lot of sitting, this is a very wonderful stretch in particular. Reach your tailbone toward your knees. Drag your feet isometrically toward your shoulders. You'll feel the backs of your legs engage more. Really good. And then release. Let's do it again, and you can repeat the same exact way, or I'll show you a different arm position. We're going to interlace the hands behind the hips. All right. Press feet, elbows, shoulders, back of head. You can stay here, or interlace your hands behind your back. Go ahead and shift all your weight to one shoulder and then wriggle the upper arm of the other arm underneath you more. And then shift all your weight to that arm and wriggle the upper arm of the other arm underneath. And then press your arms into the floor. Press the outer edges of your hands into the floor. You'll notice more of a lift in the heart area, the front chest. Keeping your thighs parallel. Let your eyes look above your eyebrows. Take a full breath in here and a full breath out. Remember, we want to give the mind the object, that singular object to focus on. And the breath is such a wonderful object of focus because it's always with us. So you can do it anywhere. You can do it in any pose and every pose. You can do it standing online at the grocery store. You can practice your mindful breathing, your breath awareness. Remember, it starts with just breath awareness. And then you follow the breath through from the beginning to middle and end. You feel it in your body. Maybe you'll notice, for example, you're online and it's taking a long time. Excuse me. You might be getting irritated. So that arises. And you practice calming yourself, right? You release, you breathe in, you calm yourself, you calm your body. You breathe out, you release. Good. And slowly release the pose. Yeah, really good. So there are so many ways every day to practice. Hug your one knee into your chest, straighten the other leg out. And switch, please. Hug the other knee into your chest. Press the straight leg long. The foot is flexed. The toes are pointing to the ceiling on that straight leg foot. Hug in, hug in, hug in. Yeah, really good. Now both knees are pulled into the chest, one hand on each shin. Do some circles. Massage the lower back. And then the other way. Good, good. Let's do the Supta Padangusthasana belt series. So go ahead and grab your strap. That's always a nice way to wind down at the end of class. So you're on your back. Put the strap around. Let's do the left foot first. Arms are straight, shoulders back. The other leg can be bent. That's easier for your lower back, or you can straighten the leg out on the floor. So the action I want you to do is to press that leg away from your face, and the strap and the hands are gently pulling the leg a little bit toward the face. But the real focus is this kind of pressing action. I'm showing you with my hand, but you can just use your body muscles to press it away from your face. Yeah, you'll feel a nice stretch here. If it's too intense, give yourself more strap, lower the leg. If it's not intense enough, shorten the strap and pull it a little closer in, even as you press the leg away. Good. Find the breath here. When you have tightness at the backs of your legs, doesn't feel so good, right? So we can feel some joy knowing that we are stretching the hamstrings, which not only is it great for your legs, but it's great for your lower back. Now, both straps in the left hand, open the leg to the left, only to the degree that you don't tip over. And while gravity is pulling it downward, I want you to resist. So scissor the leg upwards a little bit. Can you feel that? Make it more active. Good. Now cross over your midline, switch hands on the strap. And now do a self-assist. So make like a C shape with your left hand. Put it at the very top of your thigh. You're going to press the leg away from you and also externally rotate a little bit in the direction of these 4 fingers. So you're going to feel a stretch most likely on the outside of the leg. This is the iliotibial band, which can get tight easily. Very nice. Come back. Now do half happy baby. So 1 piece of strap in each hand, bend the knee. Sole of foot is toward the ceiling. The knee comes toward your armpit. Yeah, really good. And then release and just compare your legs. Roll the toes in, roll the toes out. That left leg so often feels longer than the second leg. So just think about that. Just a few minutes of belt series and already you feel a transformation in the body. Very powerful. All right, let's do the other leg. Please put the strap around the foot. Again, the leg without the strap can be bent or it can be straight. You pick. Shoulders back, chest puffed. Flex the feet, flare the toes on both feet. Actively press the leg away from your face, even as the hands and the strap pull gently toward the face. Nice. Notice what you feel at the back of your leg. Now put both straps into your right hand. Open the leg out to the right. Don't go to pain. Just go to where it feels appropriate today. Keep your awareness in the bottom leg. Don't let the toes flop out to the side or to the interior. Just toes pointing straight up. Good. Now come back, cross over your midline. Switch hands into the switch strap into the other hand. Make a C shape. We're going to do the self-assist on this side. Your thumb goes to the top of your thigh where your thigh goes into your hip socket. The 4 fingers press to the outside of your right leg. Good. So you're pressing the femur bone to the back of the hip socket, which feels good in the front of the hip joint, kind of clearing the acetabulum. And you're getting a little external rotation there at the top of the leg. Very good. And now half happy baby. So you're going to bend that knee, sole of foot towards ceiling. The knee is bending and moving toward your armpit. Yeah. So with my new hip, my knee doesn't bend that much, but you can bend yours to the degree that you can. And then slip the other foot into the strap. Open your feet as wide as your outer shoulders. Do a full happy baby. Bend both knees. You'll feel the hips come off the floor a little bit. You can press the outer edges of your feet into the strap. Yeah, see how it goes for you. See how far your knees can bend. Really good. Now bring your feet together. Soles of feet towards ceiling. Lift your head. Bring the knees toward your face. Elbows are bent. Really good. Nice. And slowly release. With the knees bent, put your hands on your belly and just take a full breath in. And a full breath out. Once more. Then we're going to go right into meditation. So I invite you to come sit up. You can sit on your chair or sit on a block, however you like to sit. I will come closer to the camera. All right. Do make yourself warm. I'm going to grab my sweatshirt here. So notice as we prepare to go into our formal guided meditation, please do notice, take notice of how your body feels right now after doing all the asana that we did, all the poses that we did, and all the mindful breathing that we did. Can you see just from this brief period of time how powerful the practices are, right? Breathing, movement, to cultivate a sense of joy and ease and happiness, right? The elements are right here, right here. You can tap into them every day. All right, so we talked about the steps. Now let's actually go through the steps with a little more focus, a little more concentration as you sit. Whether you're sitting cross-legged or on your shins or on a chair, let the weight under your feet and under your hips be balanced, and also under your hands. Your hands can rest on your lap. Spine is long, base of skull telescopes up, so you're not lifting your chin like this. No, more comfortable. Lift your shoulders a little bit, draw back, shoulder blades on your back, lift your sternum a little bit. Maybe close your eyes, or 3/4 close your eyes and gaze at a point in front of you. I'm going to ring the bell 3 times to start, and then I'll guide you through. First, be aware of your breath. Breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know I am breathing out. In, out. In, out. And now follow your breath all the way from the beginning to the middle to the end. Breathing in. Breathing out. Allow your breath to be as smooth as possible, and the out breath to be as smooth as possible. No interruptions. In, out. In, out. And now notice where in your body you feel the breath most prominently. Bringing that breath and body awareness together. And if you have any trouble feeling the breath in the body, I invite you to put one hand on your belly. And as you breathe in, let the belly expand into the hand. And as you breathe out, feel the belly retract away from the hand. So you can sense that movement as you breathe in, the belly expands. And as you breathe out, the belly retracts towards spine. Bring the body and mind together. Aware of your body, you breathe in. Aware of your body, you breathe out. And as you're doing this, if any pain or suffering arises, practice with the breath to calm the body, to release tension. So as you breathe in, breathing in, I calm myself. Breathing out, I release tension. Breathing in, I calm myself. Breathing out, I release tension. Thich Nhat Hanh says, as a practitioner, we need to learn how to calm ourselves. And when we mindfully breathe, we can recognize that emotions are just emotions. They will arise, but they will also leave. And when strong emotions come up, we recognize that that is just one element of mental activity, and that it will change. So we breathe in and we calm ourselves, and we breathe out and we release tension. There are so many mental formations, right? Whatever particular emotion is coming up, whether it be anger or jealousy, whatever it is, sadness, that will arise, and then we recognize that will leave too. So as we breathe mindfully, we see clearly, more clearly. Embrace what arises now. Whatever is arising for you as you sit here in this moment, even if it's boredom, even if it's planning or worrying, embrace it like a mother embracing a child. Hold it. Make space for it. With your breath, breathe in, breathe out. And as you do so, you can transform something that may be negative, that may be feeling painful or like suffering. You can transform it to something more positive. If you feel pain in your body, embrace that part of your body like a mother consoling a child. Encourage your body to heal. Thanking your body for what it is doing, functioning, all the systems that go on all day long. The wonder of the body. Just come back again and again to the in-breath and the out-breath. continue to generate the energy of mindfulness. And from that, we generate joy with the breath and with the practice of concentration and the practice of releasing and letting go. Now I'd like you to, if you have time, go ahead and stay for a few minutes in your own Shavasana. But since we've run a little over in time today, if you'd like to end class now, I want to bid you all a namaste. Thank you for coming, and I hope to see you next week. Thank you, everyone.